It's time for some Ghetto Gourmet. Alright, first things first, let's get this fruit prepped for the gluten-free muffins. Dice them in any size you feel fit for you. There's no wrong way to go about this. Alright, our next step is to get 2 cups of flour of your choice. I'm using flaxseed flour. Normally I use a blend of flaxseed and rice flour, but didn't have any more, so just went straight flaxseed flour. Use whatever flour you like, just need 2 cups of it. Dump it all in there, and let's move on to the next step. Alright, next step is to get us some oil for these muffins. My oil of choice is coconut, just a little bit healthier. I think it gives a nice flavor, so this is the oil I choose to use. If you like a different type of oil for a different reason or a different flavor, feel free to use that. It's not going to ruin the recipe or make them taste any worse or any better. Alright, the next step is to prep our wet and dry ingredients. We got some organic cane sugar here. Get you about half a cup of that. I got 1 egg. I'm going to incorporate that into the sugar, just to make it a little easier to mix everything together in the end. Get that nice and stirred up. Looking good. I got some organic GMO free kefir. Well, they told me at Whole Foods it was kefir, but I don't think it's really kefir. It's just like a yogurt milk blend. I got some apple cider vinegar here just to help it with a little bite, a little frothiness. I got some baking powder. You can use baking powder or baking soda, really doesn't matter. Got some vanilla extract here, 2 tablespoons. You like how it foams up like that, don't you? Alright, give it a quick stir up. Quick stir, quick stir, quick stir, quick stir. Alright, next up we're going to add that lemon you see right there. I'm going to add a couple squeezes of that lemon juice. It's going to bring out a nice tart, tangy flavor. Mix that on in there. Get that nice and frothy. Get ready to blend all this stuff up together. Now, if you do have a blender or a mixer, you can use that. I just don't have a mixer anymore, so till I get another one, we are hand mixing over here. So let's get to it. So add that oil in there and get ready to mix all this together. Here we go. Don't spill it all over yourself like I almost did. Just keep it in the bowl. Keep it spinning, keep it in the bowl. Keep it spinning, keep it in the bowl. Alright, I got some coconut yogurt here. Gives it a nice cake-like flavor, if you ask me. If you have another yogurt or another substitute to make the batter a little more runny, feel free to use that. It's not going to make it taste any better or any worse. Alright, let's get to mixing here. Mix, 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 mix. Make them arms strong. Mix, mix, mix. Alright, we're going to throw this fruit right here in there. Get everything incorporated in. Looking real nice. It was smelling delicious. So I hope you try this one, man. I really like gluten-free muffins. If you don't like them, I mean, you can add all the gluten you like in there. It's not going to bother me one bit. So let's get ready to move on to the next step. Alright, our next step is going to be to spray these muffin cups with a little Pam. Make sure you don't got anything in your cups except for Pam. Alright, and our final step will be to fill our muffin cups with our gluten-free muffin mixture here. And get these things in the oven, get them baked up so I can get to biting and swallowing these things. Man, I'm hungry. I usually bake them at 350 for about 35 to 45 minutes, depending on how moist the batter is. And really how hungry I am. Sometimes I get lazy, man. I just pull them right out of there and be like, man, I'm about to eat this right now. All right, next up, I'm gonna get this fruit salad prepped up, and it doesn't have to be real complicated, and I just use regular uh, what is this? Iceberg lettuce, yeah, just regular iceberg lettuce. Don't have to be nothing fancy. Let's get these apple cores out. Get these apples sliced up. Not too big. You don't want to choke on no big old piece of apple. Uh, just a nice, bite size. And get those all incorporated in. I like the way the salad tasted, man, especially with the mustard vinaigrette and with the strawberries. Made them taste real sweet and real expensive for a cheap price. Threw the raisins in there, give it a nice little twang, If you got some extra fruits or extra vegetables, some carrots would sound real nice on top of there. Shave some carrots on there. For me, I just got lazy and made a cheap man salad. All right, the next step is to prepare our baby kale. This was really simple, Food doesn't have to be real complicated to make it taste good. I just saute mine, throw some garlic, a few spices on top, and call it a day, man. I'd be too hungry to be sitting there for an hour and a half trying to think of a a recipe. I'm just gonna eat it in the end. So just as long as it looks good, it'll taste good. So I got some. I know you can't see it real well. Got some onion powder here. Gonna throw a few shakes of the lamb's tail in there. Got some sea salt. Never use regular salt. It will give you high blood pressure. Got some turmeric here and some black pepper to accent the turmeric. Gonna give that a couple of quick stirs, saute it up, and then just throw some foil on it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Threw some thyme in there too for a little freshness, little freshy freshness, and give it a few shakes of the lamb's tail. Throw a couple of just a little bit of foil right on top, and just let it steam in its own little juices there, and just leave it on low, and it is good to go, my friend. All right, now let's get ready to prepare this salmon. I always like to start with a little bit of coconut oil. Get that in the pan, get it nice and warmed up. Get that pan nice and hot. So this doesn't take very long. Get it in, get it out in your mouth, and then we can go to sleep. All right, next up, I'm gonna go ahead and prep this papaya. Uh, you can use any fruit that you like. I sometimes use peaches, apples. You could use oranges. I've used nectarines. I guess you could use a watermelon if you wanted to. I've used cantaloupe. So however you decide to do it. I just had some papaya. I like papaya juice, so I decided to use a papaya this time just to see what it tastes like. It's kind of like bland. It's not too sweet. It's kind of like an avocado to me. So I guess it would go good with a lot of other stuff. Get this salmon sliced in half. It was a nice big piece, so cut it in half. Made the presentation look real nice too. So threw some sea salt on there, some turmeric, some dill weed for the freshness, some black pepper, of course, to bring out the turmeric, some celery seeds. I like celery seeds. Some onion powder, of course. A little bit of, I believe that was thyme, or you can use marjoram. And I just laid the papaya fillets right on top of there. Let everything kind of steam in its own juice. And that's pretty much it, man. All right, here we have our finished product of the gluten-free muffins. Took about 45 minutes. All right, here we have our finished product, seared salmon with papaya on a bed of baby kale. Please enjoy and subscribe until next time.